Stay-at-home dad chronicles. 11-year veteran for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ramon Foster, suggested I do a yams recipe. Per my last video, I thought that was a brilliant idea. So it looks like we're having a mini pre-Easter. Today I'll tell you about the first run-in I ever had with the law. I was about 18 or so, maybe 19, I'm not sure. There was a 40-year-old man who owned a condo. We'll call him C. C had rich parents that owned a condo he stayed in. He would spend his days drinking and partying with people my age. Unfortunately, he passed away 6 years ago. I have one of these cheese graters in my TikTok showcase on sale, by the way. Beats the hell out of using a normal one. And that one's better than the one I'm using right here. Anyways, I lived there for a couple months, and all we did was party Monday through Sunday. All day and pretty much all night. Well, one night we ran out of fresh herbs and decided to go get some. I had a plug about a couple of towns over. I had two other guys with me. We'll call them B and R. Plug told me everything was cool and everything seemed normal. He texted me on the way and said he had what we needed and told us to just park in the parking lot and he'll be right out. So we sat in the parking lot for a couple minutes before I started to get a bad feeling. No one was coming. I pulled out my phone and erased the message thread from him. Ended up turning out to be a great decision. Then we saw him walk right past us and go into a house. If you want to learn how to make this mac and cheese, by the way, subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to start doing tutorials for all the people who want to learn how to make the food. Right after he shut the door, about 3 unmarked cars pulled out of nowhere and blocked us in. One came up to the window and immediately asked what we're doing. R started immediately mouthing off to him. Said we were waiting there to fuck his wife. And this was way before the I'm Tyrone days. That's when I knew we were cooked. So as you could imagine, it was get out of the car and put your hands behind your back. Then one of the cops asked me to see my phone. I told him in so many words, no way, copper. I was kind of big mad because I had a chick I'd been chatting up for a couple hours at the party, and I'm pretty sure she was going to be smoking something else besides these herbs when I got back. But he just reached in my pocket and got it anyways. This was before body cams. I have this in my TikTok showcase too. It's great if you have something small you want to chop and you don't need a whole ass food processor. I already got a shitload of dishes to wash, so I'm just going to raw dog this ham with my hands real quick. So he goes over to his friends for a couple of minutes. Then he says we're all going to jail because I'm a fucking liar. The whole time R is still sitting on the sidewalk saying he can't wait to see their wives. They ended up charging us for trespassing because they wanted to be petty. We spent about 6 hours in jail. They didn't even bother showing up for the court date and the case got dismissed. Sorry I didn't show you the glaze. I ran out of time. And that was my first brush with the law. You guys can already see everything on this plate is 11 out of 10. Hope to see you guys for the next one.